mic on. There we go. Anyway, Lian Lancool 2 mesh. We're going to go ahead and do an unboxing of this. Oh. Hope you all are ready for this, and I think it's going to be kind of fun. I'm slowing down a little bit here, though. At least on my end. Alright, so I can see your comments over there. This room lights up here. We're good. So let's go ahead and get this unboxing going. How is everyone doing tonight? So first of all, I got the Lian Lancool 2 mesh. I went with this one mostly because it's got some great airflow in it. I mean, you can kind of see the picture there or whatnot. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys too. So you see, this shows where it can get all of its airflow in. Through the front, through a little bit on the side, and then exit on the top and in the rear. So that's kind of why I went with this one. Really nice airflow. It's had some good reviews, especially people like GamerTrem has looked at it, so it kind of got me going. Hello, Marcelino. How are you doing? Hopefully I said that right. It's kind of small in this room. So let's go ahead and get this started and get the unboxing going. As long as I don't hit my mic here. And a little more. This is a first for me as far as the tech stuff goes. I do this normally on my own. I've never really live streamed it or recorded it or anything else, so all brand new here. Hope you all are entertained by this.
It's all about humanity.
Alright, so it looks like this is the front here. It is a little heavy. I think it says something like 25 pounds when they're shipping it. So let's see if I can carefully get this to come out of the box. There is glass in here. It is tempered, so it's stronger, but I still don't want that to crack or anything else crazy.
It's all about humanity.
Box out of the way. Oh, there's a lot of static coming off of there. So it's got a decent packing job on there at least. It's a nice foam and whatnot. Nothing too crazy. Always keep the box just in case, like there's something wrong with this, have to send it back or whatnot. Always kind of helps. Oh, your name. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm glad I said it right then. Also, before we get too far into this, I know there's issues with people not saying if they're being paid or anything else. I have no sponsors. It's not a sponsored build. No one pays me any money for this. Just me doing it on my own. So anything I say is all my own words. All right, so here's the first good look at it there. Kind of a side view. Top has a magnetic filter on it. Also has paperwork right under there, so it's going to take a look at this. No, it's basically just Lian Lee saying, hey, snapshot your final build, show it to us, that kind of stuff, so that's cool. We'll throw that off to the side. Alright, and this is kind of just like all the parts that come with it and everything else. Nothing too crazy. That's upside down. That's weird. Okay. So, instruction booklet, it's always good. So, we're going to get this pill going. I don't know how well you guys will be able to hear it through this mic, but let's go. Oh, it's very smooth. And I probably should not have done that yet, since I haven't done anything with the case. I'm built in it, haven't done anything. I'm going to get it smudged. Kind of tends to happen. Okay, now I remember seeing that you had to pop the bottom tray open first. And this one has the rubber boots on it too, to help it from like slamming shut, giving a little more protection there, although it does have a nice solid magnet on there too. When that's open, that's how you can pop open the side of the panel here. And I'll go and leave this inner side peel on for now. So, looking inside here, oh, this one does actually come with fans in. I thought it didn't come with any fans. So there are two fans in the front here. I don't know if I'll be using these. I plan on actually doing some of the new Lian fans coming out. They're the, what do they call them? I'll remember later, but they're the ones that stack together, all nice and neat and everything. This one RGB. Okay, it's got the rear fan too. So we got the rear fan, two front fans. So that's pretty good for like a basic starter there. Hey Mac, how you doing? So there we go there. We have the tray on the bottom here with drive cages. Oh, and that's where the hardware is. Got the hardware out of there. Nothing in the top one. And these are just kind of plastic, they're not metal or anything. They don't feel cheap though. No, it's kind of solid for plastic. Maybe. Yeah, apparently they're GamerTrem proof too. There we go. Yep. And this is on a rail down here too, so you can move that back and forth. I'll get to that later. Alright, so let's see what we got in this package here. You're good? Awesome. I'm doing pretty good too. I'm kind of excited to do this, this unboxing stream here. So, you got some, I'll let you see this. You got some zip ties in here. There's a few various parts here, I'm assuming, washers, screws. There's some rubberized pads in there if you're mounting 3.5-inch drive, so that'll help that. Yeah, just basic hardware, nothing too fancy. And one thing I did do as well, got myself like a cheap like tool box case, whatnot, to put screws and everything else in. I guess will be extra stuff here that I want up using, and it keeps it all organized. So you can see I got a couple screwdrivers in there right now. Nothing too fancy. I do have some more stuff coming. All my other tools I use for working on my car, and they're nasty, so they're not going near a computer. Alright, so in here you can see there's some cages. I have to move that a little closer. But these right here will pop up, and you can put in the 120mm fans on the bottom to get more airflow through here, which is why this is perforated on here to give some more airflow. That's also what I want to go for, it helps pull it up through there. And depending on what I do with this, if I keep this in at all, you're not supposed to be able to remove this. It takes a little work to remove that, but I may end up removing it just so to get some more airflow, more space, and everything else in there. The power supply is going to go in here with the fan facing down to pull air up and then out. Fans right here to blow directly on the graphics card. I do plan on getting a 3090, so that thing's going to need some good cooling. Also, I got the fans up here. These, I'm not sure if I'll use these in this build or give them to someone else. Who knows? We'll find out. So that's kind of the internal there. You have this bracket in the back here. If you have an EATX board, meaning like an extended ATX board, there's no defined measurement on it, but if you have one of those, you can take this out, flip it around, so you can get more space for your cable on the board there to still cleanly route everything over there and kind of hide all the cables. So that's kind of that side there for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull up the front I/O here. Okay, so you can see the front I/O. This is directly from Lian Li's website, by the way. So you can't really see where my hand is, but see on the front I/O's got the two USB ports. These are 3.0, I believe. And then you have the C port, which is optional. Now I did not get that ordered. I may end up doing that anyway. And then of course you have your audio jack for in and out. Never use the one on the top if you can. The one through your motherboard is always going to be a little bit cleaner with sound, everything else, so stick with that. You can also have the fan hub here, not the hub, but controller, so you can go low, medium, high, and I'm not sure what the A is. I'll look into that later. I'm assuming that's going to be manually controlled through software or whatnot. So let's go ahead and take this down here. There we go. The other thing I want to show you actually is the radiator support, because you can't really see inside of here too well. You'll see that the front can hold quite a bit of fans, quite a bit of radiators. I just kind of want to go with the two, so a nice big radiator to keep everything cool. Same with the top. The top can have yeah, a few fans, a few radiators, depending on the size you go with. It shows it's got the fans at the bottom too and on the front. And of course you see me pointing at my monitor, which doesn't help you on here. But yeah, so that's my other reasoning there for going for this case. So I can go ahead and get good radiator support, because I do plan on getting the liquid cooled 3090 from, who makes that? Well, one of the brands. It's going to kind of depend. So this is nice and easy to remove. Very fine mesh on here. It is magnetic. Hopefully you're not getting too much of that glare. And then if you look at the top, turn that over carefully. So you got plenty of mounting hardware, plenty of space, nice open airflow here. The mesh will help you to filter any of the dust that might get in there. So nice mesh there. Yeah, if you look at the front, yes, I just hit my mic, hopefully that didn't sound too loud. Now this is nice and basic looking here. It's all mesh, it's a nice fine material. Gives you good airflow and gives you a fair amount of dust filtration as well. And when I get the fans I plan on getting in here, the ARGB ones, you're going to see a nice little glow come out the front. So that's kind of what I'm going for with that. Not too much show up here. There is a gap in the bottom here. You see me sticking my hands in there. But that will suck air directly in, which means you lose all filtration that way. So one YouTuber, Gamers Next, has actually recommended just taping that off. It's on the bottom, you can't see it, no one ever noticed. Get some black electrical tape, you're good. So that'll kind of help keep everything nice and filtered, if that is your main goal. Then we have the back side here, and this is also, that is not perforated here, but if you fold that down, you have space for drives here. Open up the side panel here. Ooh. I'll have to look at that and make sure that's not damaged. That might be cracked. Nope. Okay. That's good. And always check all your stuff when you get it. Make sure it's not damaged. No one wants damaged gear. So you see it's got lots of panels in here, and I can't quite loosen that with my hand alone, which is why you get screwdrivers. You should really only need like one screwdriver if you're putting together a case. If you need something more than that, then you're doing something a little funky there. I'm going to take this off here. You see that folds out there, helps you hide cables. This does come with the fan hub here as well, which is kind of nice. The fans I plan on getting have their own built-in hub, so it's kind of extra now. We end up getting removed, maybe. But yeah, it allows you to hide some cables in there. Everything else, keep it nice and clean looking, which is nice considering there is a glass panel on this side. I don't so much care for the glass panel on the back side. No one's really going to be seeing that anyway. But some people like it, so it's cool. And I know some of the, there's SSDs out there that have RGB on them. I will not get those ever. I've seen bad reviews of them, so I won't get them, but they just shine through right there on the side, so if that's what you're into, hey, there you go. Let's go ahead and take this one off here. And you also have to be careful not to pinch any of the cables in here, because these are pretty tight fitting in places. So, pop that off. And that hides all the cables here. Let's go from the front fans here. I'm going to have to remove those. Yeah, some of your basic stuff here. That's nice. There's your front panel, I/O connectors, everything else. Looks nice and clean in there. And be careful when you're putting it back together so you don't pinch any of the wires and potentially destroy them, because that's no fun. Like that one right there has been a bit of a pain. So let's take a look at that there. And kind of just work that over here like that. Get it out of the way. So this really helps you like kind of organize your cable management too, which is nice. There we go. This one cable here is just being a pain. Well, actually, what is this? There's another screw up here. Let's go and take a look at that before I put that back on. So, looks like this goes to the fans up front. Oh, that's right. If you take off the front panel, you can actually flip around the front. Let's see, did I add a picture of that in there? I did not. Anyway, you can flip around the panel of the front that the fan's attached to, so that you can change where they're located at to put them further away from the motherboard or closer to the motherboard. That way, you can set it up for different size radiators and whatnot, which is pretty cool. And the cable is still in the way. There we go. Let's go and take a look at these guys. Just gonna slide these off so you have more space here for SSDs, obviously, down here as well. And okay, so that just kind of sets that up like that. Attach your SSD on here. Put it back on here, slide it down, and screw it in. So you only need that one screw for that cage, which is kind of nice, handy. Works the same for both of those as well. Again, power supply is down here. This is your cage. They have different cabinets for this as well. So they're what do you call it? Hot swap. You can do that with that. However, I don't really use hard drives anymore. Not many people do, but if that's what you use a lot more, you got some options there. Okay, so that is that side there. I'm going to go ahead and leave the peels on this time. And I mean, there's not too much more to the case at the moment until I really get building, but let's go and take a look at the rear here. I do like the hinges. The hinges feel nice on this. They're not stiff, they're not wonky filling or falling apart. That one is kind of slipping out there though. And those top ones like that over here too. Not sure if it's supposed to do that. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's go and turn that. So on the top here, you can kind of see that's kind of sticking out a little bit. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? So you can kind of see the top one sticking out there with the pins that attach to hinges. So that's the thing to look for. It didn't affect the hinges at all, so I'm not too worried. But take note of it just in case. Plenty of expansion bays in there. I believe you can also vertically mount a graphics card in there if you want to. I don't remember how they have it set up. I think there's an attachment they use for this portion here. You remove all of these, you put it in there, and it fits straight up and down there. And you slip the power supply into inside here and back here, screw it in, you're good. So I mean, really, that's the case. But it does have some really nice airflow, a lot of opportunities there to keep it nice and cool for whatever you're using. Plenty of build space inside. What I am planning on doing at the moment, like my general idea, obviously I'm going to liquid cool with an AIO on whatever new processor I get. NVIDIA has some new stuff coming out right now. It's something getting announced at least, so I'm looking at those. So ready to get mounted to the top there. The graphics card obviously will be over here. Going to have the intake fan for nice fresh air here. However, those cards are probably going to run a little hot. So I have to find a way to manage the heat in here. I'll see I can get some fresh, cool air coming in here as well. That's still going to blow the heat up to everything up the top. So there's a few ideas I'm working with. Potentially, now this is just a potential idea I have, is mount the radiator up top as an intake. So it's pulling air in through here, and do the same with the graphics card if I get the AIO version. The hybrid that EVGA has, now that I remember their name, because I'm forgetful. So, get the EVGA hybrid, which is going to go ahead and put the radiator up front here. Get the radiator up here for the CPU. Have them both intake, and that's going to be intake there as well. It's going to kind of force all the air to go through the back of the case here. I'm not sure how well that'll work. It'll probably take a little testing to check that. But that is my general idea at the moment. I also want to remove the hard drive cages. Yeah, that's not a lot of airflow left in there if those stay there. But yeah, that's my basic idea. So I'm going to get two fans for here, radiator here. And obviously I got the external radiator, or not radiator, but fan here. I'm replacing that with another fan I was looking at. Yeah, that's the case. That's my idea there. kind of excited to build on this thing. Card is coming out end of the month. The CPUs are being announced early next month, so hopefully I'll get those soon. Then I get this build underway because I'm actually really excited for it. I have a power supply coming right now. After that, I'll be getting the fans. I won't be installing any of the fans obviously yet because, well, I don't have the rest of the stuff in here. That's kind of a pain if you fill up the case before anything else in there. So we'll just kind of take this as we go. I hope you all liked the video. It was quick, it was simple, it was to the point. These pins do bother me that they're sticking out though. So I hope you all like that. If you have any comments, any suggestions, if you have any ideas, you like this, you don't like this, let me know. Yeah, that's my start to the build. You can hear how kind of funk, how hard that hits when it goes in. Nice solid though. It's a good solid case, I like it. So, yeah. Like and subscribe. Let me know if you like it, if you don't like it, and what your thoughts are. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. As I need to end the stream now. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Later.